Alright lads, so today we're going to be showcasing the new resurrectable character in the game Bleach Brave Souls, the Quincy Ichigo from the year 2019, otherwise known as New Year's 2019 Ichigo. Now for this showcase, because I think he's worth it, mostly just for the link aspect, and I also do want to max transcend all anniversary characters, because technically he is an anniversary character, more so for Global's anniversary. But we did max transcend him, and we also did give him T20 abilities, and in this case I opted in to use full stamina damage and also long strides. Now Quincy Ichigo, in my opinion, is actually a really cool character, and it wasn't until like this week when I got a newfound appreciation for this character, because he's just really cool, and it's kind of a shame that his resurrection isn't really that good, let alone the resurrection. The character itself is bad. Literally, like when he came out like back in 2019, 4 years ago, he was bad on release. This character never really had a time to shine, in my opinion. And it's kind of got me excited for a remake of this character in the potential future, because I think it will happen, and I feel like if any new anniversary original form character deserves a remake, it's this character right here, because most anniversary characters had a chance to shine, and in this case, this character upon release was bad. I remember making a video 4 years ago saying he was disappointing, and he wasn't that good. And we're going to see that in this particular video, even when we do have him max transcended. But for those curious, what exactly did this character pick up upon resurrecting? Well, what you will see here is that the character originally was a strong attack recharge time minus 14% soul trait, one of the best links in the entire game, and we were really hoping he would pick up a good second trait, and he did, but it definitely could have been a tad bit better. He picked up strong attack damage plus 60%, and this combination with the strong attack recharge is a very powerful combination. We don't have many links like this for the speed attribute, so I'm not going to complain about it, and he definitely is probably the best speed link in the entire game, but full stamina damage would have been a tad bit better, because full stam is just better. Strong attack damage isn't bad, it's like the second best. So in a way, they kind of shafted his soul trait too, because they could have made it better, but we'll take strong attack recharge and also strong attack damage, still a great combo. And now that I have this character max transcended, he's going to be giving that extra bit of stats to my speed characters, so that's why I also don't regret max transcending this character. And then when you have a look into this character's soul tree, what you will see here is that he did pick up an additional 10% normal attack damage increase, so it originally was 20%, now it's gone to 30%, and the only skill he picked up was increased power droplet drop rate plus 17%. So he's a droplet farmer, but not a 30% one, a 17% one. Yikes. With all these skills, he only has 7 skills, so we had the potential to pick up an 8th skill like the 1000-year Budway characters, but despite being a secret anniversary character, again for Global's anniversary, Caleb still didn't want to give this character the 8th skill, which could have made a big difference. Like if he picked up an extra 20% Berserker or 20% Havoc, sure, the character would still be bad, but at least he'd be better. So since we have this overpowered character max transcended, where exactly can we demonstrate the best of the abilities for this particular character? There's no other place better than Enriched Droplet Zone. He's a droplet farmer, so we're doing that. Alright, so jumping into an Enriched Droplet Zone on Corp, let's try out this particular character, right? So I gotta say, he's a really cool character, man. By design, I love the idea of this character. So we call him Quincy Ichigo because the main purpose of this character is the Quincy powers, but for the most part, it is Ichigo using all his powers, and we already got here. We're off to a terrible start. Now, the reason why this character was always... Oi, hold on. What is this stage? It's been a minute since I've actually manualed this particular Enriched Droplet Zone. So the problem with this character upon release is that filled with range collision. Filled with the absolute brim to range collision. Like, look at that. SA1 isn't really the worst type of attack. It actually got better over time. It's not the worst one, honestly. It doesn't really ruin him. But what really ruins him is that SA2, because what you'll see here, it's a three-way collision, range collision attack. But, like, it doesn't kill. For an SA2, that is terrible. It's one of the worst strong attacks in the entire game, and to have it as an SA2 is just absolutely embarrassing in my opinion. So that's the main reason why this Ichigo was never really good to begin with. It's just that SA1 and 2, man, it's just terrible. It's a terrible kit. Even now, with the more damage we have with better accessories and also T20 abilities, it's not really doing us a favor. We're kind of struggling here just to kill some of these enemies. But I must say again, even though the strong attacks themselves are kind of bad, at least he has a good SA3, and the visuals are just so cool. It's just arrows, but that SA1, it's one of my more favorite SA1s in the game in terms of visuals. Like, it's an okay strong attack. Did it even kill there? It didn't. But at least it looks cool. Even the nat string, this whole character's aesthetic is so cool. And unfortunately, we got to put down our mom down. We are really struggling with this. Jesus, this is Max Transcended, by the way. T20. I know I lost a bit of full stamp here, but jeez. Ichigo, lad, what have they done to you, man? It also doesn't help, I guess, that the bosses themselves, we don't have killer against, nor do we actually have attribute advantage. So this is probably like the worst demonstration for Ichigo. But I guess in a way it's kind of cool because I feel like I'm actually using a bow here. Like, I actually have to aim my strong attacks because they're that bad. And now we got to put on Rukia. But like I said, visually this character is really cool. I know we technically got a remake of this character with 7th Anniversary Ichigo because it's also a Quincy Ichigo in a way. It's not an entirely remake of this particular character, but I do like this color scheme they got for the new one and also this one. Despite both of them being, you know, a Quincy Ichigo or Ichigo using Quincy powers, they both have a different take to it, which I really do like. So let's use our SA3 here. And I gotta say, when we actually use this soul bomb, one of the best soul bombs in the game. My god, is this soul bomb so clean, even to this day. Gotta be top 5 in the game. Like, right, let's use it now. Look at that absolute beast of a soul bomb. The scale on it is amazing. The camera angles, the cuts, the inverting of the colors when he lets off the attack, the focus onto the weapon itself. Oh my god, I'm such a fanboy for that soul bomb. It's so cool, man. And like, I know, again, we're potentially going to get a remake, assuming of this character, potentially this year, maybe next year, who knows, but it's bound to happen, I would say. Maybe in a very similar banner to the Aaroniero, where it was 3 Ichigos. Maybe we could get a Quincy Ichigo and then a full Hollow and Mugetsu remake. That would be a really exciting banner. And I would really hope they do this character justice, but I don't see them being able to top that soul bomb because that soul bomb is absolutely beautiful. But with that, lads, what you can see here, that we did beat the question 3 minutes and 17 seconds. And look at that. That 17% drop, boys. That 17% drop. We got 20 power droplets, lads. Oh my god. That's like an extra 4. We got 4 extra droplets. Alright, let's try and run through that again, though. This time, let's try and not take any damage, right? So, like I said, the character picking up droplet skill, I do like it, but what I just don't like is the fact that he got a nerfed version, right? So, we compare him to the Quincy Ichigo. So, we compare him to the 1000 year Broadway Ichigo that came out and already took damage. Great. These bosses spawn in instantly. So yeah, if we compare him to the 1000 Brother Ichigo that came out like a month before him, right? In terms of resurrections, he got 30%. So that actually allows him, despite not really being the best upgrade, it allows him to be used in a rich droplet zone. And you could say the same thing here with this particular Ichigo, but because he wasn't 1000 year Blood War, again, despite being a somewhat anniversary character, Caleb still didn't want to give him special treatment, didn't want to give him the 8 skills, and even when he got a droplet increase skill, he for some reason only got a 17%. So like, yeah, you could use him in Droplet Zone to farm, just because if you have fun with it, sure, by all means, go ahead. But then you're still getting the short end of the stick. You're getting less potions. And honestly, when it comes to farming potions or droplets or farming anything in this game, really, of course you want to farm with your favorite characters, but you also want to farm optimally. It's one of the main reasons why CN, despite being a pretty good character, I don't use, because he doesn't guarantee you normal links or potions, despite guaranteeing you 5 additional super links or potions. Even if he was leagues better than Nini or, you know, Kaname, for example, I still wouldn't use him because it's just not worth bringing him because I'm getting less drops. And the same thing is being seen here with this particular Ichigo. Sure, it's only a 13%. It's not that big of a deal, but personally, you know, when I'm farming droplets, I want to get the most amount of droplets. And it's not like this character clears, like, enriched droplets on fast anyway. This is terrible. We're going through it so slow. I think I took damage. It's my fault. I'm not keeping my full stand, right? But still, maybe it was a good thing this character picked up strong attack damage and not full stand, because you can't keep it. Like, let's just demonstrate that SA2 again. Look at that. Oi! Like if you have long stride, but yeah, it really does not help us here that the bosses are tech here. So is SA2's best used like this? That's like the only time you can get a usage out of that SA2, because it can do a lot of damage, but the thing is, because the way it works when it splits off in 3 different ways, realistically, you have to be up close and personal to get a usage out of that strong attack, and as an SA2, again, it's just not that good. But demonstrating this soul bomb once more, absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to work on a thumbnail for this character, because I have fun making thumbnails, and in this case, that soul bomb looks like an absolute treat to use in a thumbnail. But did we get faster this time? Potentially. I mean, I think we did faster there. 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Wow. What a character, boys. What a character. And again, once more, demonstrating the 17% droplet increase, getting more droplets in the power attribute than we did in the other attributes. So with that said, lads, that was the video for today, demonstrating the power of a new Max Transcended Resurrected Quincy Ichigo. And that power is, despite using all of his powers, it's nothing. It's nothing. Unfortunately, this character got the short end of the stick upon resurrecting, and also the short end of the stick upon releasing, because again, the character was never that good. The only usage he had in the game upon release was basically the fact that he was a speed, no affiliation character with the no affiliation kill ability, so he was always good in certain Sankamon floors. But even then, you know, he wasn't really the fastest for those particular floors, but that's what he had going for him. So, and if you did pull this character 4 years ago, he was still someone that you would use quite a bit just in Sankamon purposes. But other than that, unfortunately, this character is quite bad. But this design, the whole concept of this character is too good to be wasted. So I'm really hoping that potentially sometime in 2023 and maybe even 2024, we can get a remake of this character, because that would be really, really cool. Throw in Dangai Ichigo and also Full Hollow Ichigo to make a triple Ichigo banner and give them all good treatment, and that would be one of the best banners of the year in my opinion. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.